Hello and a very warm welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, Emilia Romagna offers a very high standard of living. It's one of the wealthiest regions in Italy. The food is great, transport is excellent, and there are so many lovely villages, towns and cities in which one can choose to live. It was very hard to pick my top 5 places to buy property here. Bologna is of course a wonderful city with the oldest university in Europe, delicious foods and of course an international airport. But it did not make my top 5 places to buy property because it's quite expensive at an average of around €3,500 per square metre. And unfortunately it regularly comes in the top 5 places of crime-ridden cities in Italy. Rimini, which also has an international airport and is a popular summer destination, unfortunately also tends to make the top 5 list of crime-ridden cities in Italy. Although I want to say, for a seaside resort in Italy, I don't think prices are very expensive at an average of €2,650 per square metre. However, though, it didn't make my top 5. Now, before I reveal my top 5, I want to give a special mention to a number of cities that came very close to making the list, namely Fidenza, Faenza, Carpi, Cesena, Forlì, Imola, Sassuolo and Modena. All worth, I think, considering if you want to buy property in Emilia Romagna. So please do look at these cities as well. Now, if you don't mind living in small places, the beautiful Brisighella village and Salsomaggiore both have very cheap property, and I'm talking here under €1,000 per square metre on average. So there are lots of villages you could choose to live in this region as well, where property can be very cheap. However, I'm going to go for the bigger places for the top 5. And coming in at number 5 is the city of Piacenza. Now, with a population of around 100,000 and situated in the western part of Emilia-Romagna, Piacenza has a strong influence from other regions of Italy due to its strategic location. It actually borders the Lombardy region and is not too far from the regions of Liguria and Piemonte. Piacenza is a city rich in history with many beautiful palaces, some of which have magnificent gardens. And there's no shortage of churches and basilicas to see. And there's an austere cathedral as well. There are plenty of places to eat out here. And this is unsurprising, given that Piacenza is a culinary delight, whether you're into pork, cheeses, pasta, beans, rice or fruit. Sports-wise, the city has rugby teams, a top volleyball team and a football team. And Piacenza hosts 2 universities and it has very good medical facilities. Transport-wise, you can get to Milan by direct train in under 1 hour and get to Bologna by train in under an hour and a half. You also have 4 airports within 100 kilometers. So the city, I think, is very, very well connected. Now, given all this and what Piacenza has to offer, I think average property prices at €1,600 per square metre are cheap. And even around the main square, the beautiful, the wonderful Piazza Cavalli, you can find property here for less than €2,000 per square metre. So I definitely think Piacenza deserves to make the top 5. Now, coming in at number 4 is the city of Reggio Emilia. With a population of just over 170,000, Reggio Emilia is known as being one of the friendliest cities in Italy. Amazingly, just like Piacenza, the city gets very few tourists, and perhaps this is one of the reasons locals are welcoming to outsiders. Personally, I'm surprised there's so few tourists in this city because it's got numerous lovely churches and palaces, plus 2 exquisite basilicas and a wonderful cathedral. Actually, Italy's tricolore flag was first adopted in Reggio Emilia, which forms a small part of its extensive history. Food-wise, Parmigiano Reggiano is produced here, and of course there are numerous restaurants to choose from as well. And there's coffee places and bakeries. Now, there is an austere theatre in the city, beautiful austere theatre which shows live concerts, opera and ballet. And Reggio Emilia shares a university with Modena and has top-class hospitals as well. Now, another advantage of the city is that it's a bike-friendly city. And sports-wise, it has a football, rugby, basketball and volleyball clubs. And Reggio Emilia is on the Milan-Bologna high-speed railway line. So I think property prices, which are on average 1,850 euros per square metre on average, I think they're also pretty cheap here. So it's definitely worth considering this city as well. Now, coming in at number 3 is Ferrara. And with a population of around 132,000 and situated around 45 kilometers northeast of Bologna, Ferrara is a beautiful city. So much so that it's been designated by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. Ferrara is steeped in history, in particular the Renaissance period. The most important landmark in the city is the Este Castle in the center of the city. However, Ferrara also has a beautiful cathedral, numerous other churches and palaces dating back to the Renaissance era. Many people like living in Ferrara due to its high quality of living and the fact that it's also a very bike-friendly city. There are also numerous lovely piazzas and parks to walk around, and of course plenty of restaurants and cafes as well. The city has a number of annual events and festivals, excellent medical facilities and a highly rated university. Best of all though, I think property prices are very cheap at under 1,500 euros per square metre on average. And the nearest airport to Ferrara is Bologna Airport, which is only 45 kilometers away. Now also by train, you can reach Bologna in just under 30 minutes via direct train. So I think also Ferrara, from this point of view, is really, really convenient if you want to be not too far from an airport. But it didn't make the top 2. So coming in at number 2 is the city of Parma. Now, if I'd made this video a year ago, there's no doubt that the beautiful city of Parma would have come in first position. Unfortunately, prices are creeping up and are now over 2,200 euros per square metre on average. Less than 2 years ago, they were less than 2,000 euros per square metre on average. Now, also, although Parma has its own airport, flights here are very limited. Nevertheless, this city of nearly 200,000 has one of the highest living standards in Italy. In many ways, its ornate cathedral and baptistry reflects the splendour of Parma. But Parma also has got so many beautiful churches and palaces as well. And it's got a lovely botanical garden, a large fortress and a theatre, actually an amazingly beautiful theatre, the Royal Theatre, where you can go and watch opera, ballet and concerts. Parma is a very walkable city and it's also bike friendly. Now, as well as the Royal Theatre, there are other theatres to choose from as well. And Parma, as I'm sure you will know, is famous for its gastronomy, in particular for its Parmigiano Reggiano cheese and of course its ham. As you would expect, the medical facilities in Parma are very good, and Parma actually has one of the oldest universities in the world. Sports-wise, it's got a football team in the second tier of Italian football, as well as rugby, volleyball, baseball and American football teams. And transport-wise, it's on the Milan-Bologna railway system. So I think it's very, very convenient to get to both cities. But it didn't make number 1. Now, coming in at number 1, and this may surprise you, but I think I can justify this, is the city of Ravenna. Now, with a population of around 159,000, Ravenna was once the capital city of the Western Roman Empire. Ravenna is chiefly known for its 1,500-year-old churches decorated with, without doubt, some of the best Byzantine mosaics in the world. Ravenna actually has 8 buildings comprising the UNESCO World Heritage Site called Early Christian Monuments of Ravenna. Now, 3 of these are basilicas, including the incredible Basilica San Vitale, which you must go and see, and also 2 are baptistries, 2 are mausoleums, and there is a chapel included as well. There are, of course, many things to see in this wonderful city. The Ravenna Music Festival is held every year, and it showcases classical music, jazz, and other world music. And Ravenna has also got 2 amusement parks, one within the city and one just outside. Now, many people like living in Ravenna because it's a very friendly and hospitable city, and a very literate city as well. The university campus really injects a youthful vibe in the city, and the city, just like many others in the region, is very, very walkable and bike friendly, and the food, of course, is excellent, as well as the medical facilities. It should be noted that Ravenna is a cheaper place to live than Parma, and that's why it also made #1. However, the real clincher, I think, is that the city is only a few kilometers away from the beaches on the Adriatic Sea, and this helps moderate the climate, so it never gets that cold. Now, the nearest airports are Rimini and Bologna. Now, by train, you can get to Rimini and Bologna in about an hour or so, and by direct train. And to me, considering Ravenna offers so much, I think real estate prices, which are just under 2,000 euros per square meter on average, are definitely cheap. So I personally have put Ravenna as #1, although I have to say Parma ran it very close. And maybe a year ago, if I'd made this video, Parma would have been in the #1 position. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Do you agree? Do you disagree? And why? Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks ever so much for watching this video, and I shall see you very soon on the next.